Hi guys, I'm Rich. Let's go through my top 5 things to watch for the week ahead in markets. Number 1. FOMC Meeting Minutes. On the back of the recently announced pause in tightening, there has been a great deal of debate about whether the Fed will extend the pause into next month. Now, with this in mind, traders will be carefully scouring the late meeting minutes for clues. The guidance given suggested that further hikes would likely be necessary, but would be very much data dependent, meaning there is plenty of two-way risk going forward. Number 2. US NFPs. The latest set of US labour market data will be the main focus this week. In line with the data-dependent outlook the Fed signalled at the last FOMC, this week's labour data will be used as a key gauge ahead of the next Fed meeting. If the data comes in strong, this will likely bolster expectations for fresh tightening, while any weakness in the data should support the idea of the current pause being extended. Number 3. RBA July Meeting. The last two meetings saw the RBA unexpectedly hiking rates against a backdrop of elevated inflation and entrenched inflation expectations. While the bank left open the door for further rate hikes in future, the latest inflation data last week showed a sharp drop in CPI, which should leave room for the bank to return to a neutral position at this meeting, keeping rates on hold. Number 4. OPEC Meeting. The latest OPEC Plus meeting will be closely watched this week. With oil prices still stuck near the year's lows, risk of fresh production cuts are certainly a concern. Last time around, group-wide production quotas were left unchanged, while the de facto leader, Saudi Arabia, announced fresh cuts. Given the lack of movement, there are risks of fresh group-wide cuts, which should drive oil prices firmly higher if seen. Number 5. Swiss CPI. The latest round of Swiss CPI will be closely watched this week on the back of the latest SNB hike this month. The central bank hiked rates by 0.25% while leaving the door open for further tightening if data supports such a move. As such, any stickiness or strength in this week's inflation data will likely drive CHF higher near term on hawkish SNB expectations. Now, on the other hand, if inflation is seen falling, this should support expectations of a pause from the bank, allowing CHF to cool near term. You can of course click on the link in the description just below to see the full economic calendar with the previous month's data and consensus expectation for this time. But for now, thanks everyone, good luck trading this week, and remember to smash that like button and hit subscribe so you don't miss more content like this when it's released.